What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 10, the finale of my NHL 21 San Jose Sharks Franchise Mode series. Before we actually get started with the final season, I had a bunch of people asking me what the Red Wings looked like last year as they put up a historically bad season. I think it was 3rd or 4th worst all time. So I actually already checked out the lines, and it's about as bad as you'd expect. As you can see, it's a mix of 60s and 70s. Silvergard there on the first line is the only 80. Defensively there, it's pretty terrible as well. 2 high 70s. 2 60s, goaltenders a couple 60s, so I thought this looked way too bad. Clearly you could just sign better players than they have in free agency. Like even at the end of the summer, you can still get high 70s. It just didn't really make sense to me, so I went to view contract, I looked at their team, and something even stranger is going on. These are all the players in the NHL. You can see that their cap space there is actually negative $2 million, and because of that, they can't call anyone up, and look at that. They have Shane Wright, Roddy in the AHL, Lucas Raymond, Owen Power, Morgan Riley, Volino, Hannafin, Eklund, Brown. Like, they actually have a good team, but somehow, I don't know how, like, they got stuck over the cap. Maybe it was in the preseason or something, or maybe because they somehow went over the cap, the game didn't know what to do to adjust and, like, get them under the cap. So it basically just threw all their cheapest contracts in the NHL, but that still has them $2 million over. And as you can see, they have an entire NHL team here in the AHL. Pretty crazy. They got 2 goalies, so yeah, I don't know how they didn't win the Calder Cup last season. We actually won the Calder Cup. Maybe like halfway through they actually got their actual NHL team up. Maybe after the deadline or something. So strange. Alright guys, we're actually in Season 10 now. Before I just loaded up the old save file for Season 9, show you guys the Red Wings lines. Bobby Brink there's tearing up the preseason, 11 points in 6 games. I want to show you guys the awards quickly here. If you guys missed last episode, we did not win the Stanley Cup, but we were close. We won the President's Trophy there for the 4th time in 5 years, and we did make the final. Unfortunately, lost to the Blue Jackets. We've actually made 3 of the last 5 finals. Unfortunately, we lost the last 2 finals we were in, so maybe this last year will be our year. And kind of as I mentioned before, I want to show you guys AHL. I guess individual works too. No Grand Rapid Griffins winning an award here, and they had legit NHL superstars like Shane Wright, Lucas Raymond, Owen Power on their AHL team. I don't know how they didn't. I did see that they actually won the regular season division, the Central Division there, but I think that's all the Griffins won. So again, really strange. I feel like they had to have gotten called up or something, but kind of on that same vein, I actually want to show you guys Shane Wright's stats here. We know he was in the AHL for at least a little bit, and he actually did better in the NHL than he did in the AHL. So I find that very interesting. I always find that with my prospects. Right now you can see he's kind of tearing it up, 9 points, 4 games. So I'll show you guys all of his stats here. And there you go. So last season, 85 points in 76 AHL games. Apparently that wasn't good for the award. The year before that, he had 106 in 82 NHL games. Like, I'm pretty sure that's a better point per game pace in the NHL than the AHL. So I feel like the AHL is just lower scoring, even when you have a legit NHL team. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. And next year, guys, I want to show you what our team looks like heading into the final season. I think we're really stacked. Team stats there is Bayer, as it's been for like the past 7 or 8 years. First line, all 90 plus. You got Leclerc playing with Johnson and Brink. Brink and Leclerc, both very good shooters. And then Johnson in the middle is an amazing playmaker, 99 everything. Leclerc's shot, 94-97 for his shot is ridiculous. Kachuk, Point, Kaprizov, they've been in the second line for a while now. Getting that +3. Mal Mavera there's a new player for us, 89 overall, +3. He's playing like a 92. Look at his shot, almost as good as Leclerc's. Just what a great player we got from Vegas. In the middle there you got Savoy, left wing Jake Neighbors. And then in 4th line you got Lekachev. Couturier has to be the best 4th line center in the league. I mean, look at that center depth. Like, I don't know how anyone matches up with that. And Strombolopoulos there at the right wing. He's slow, but he's got a decent shot, decent hands, pretty good defense and physical. I don't mind it. I think, is that 99, or sorry, I thought that was 99 fighting skill, but it's 99 strength. I'll take it. Defensively here, Merkley, McNabb, top pair, get a +5. They're playing like a 92 and 96 respectively. Drysdale, Sider get a +3. Jacob, Zadorov +1. It's a really good looking lineup for the defense. Goalies, Walsh as a starter still, Allenfeld backing him up, the Swedish duo. In terms of the special teams, both power play units get a +3. The first one there's all 90 plus, or I mean with the +3 they're 90 plus. Malavera is the lowest at 92. Second unit is also very, very strong. I mean, it's pretty crazy. +3 on both. 4-man we're getting +1 on both. PK looks pretty good. The 3-man I had to get -1 the second, but at least I got 0 there for the first. You can see Couturier, even though he's 4th line center, I think he's on every special team, but maybe like the 4-man power play, so he'll still be getting a lot of ice time. AHL team here doesn't look too bad. Signed some of those weird players like Alan Wellwood's got the really good shot there. I think Aho, yeah, also has an insane shot, 96-95, but terrible skating. I think Smithson, yeah, he's got a pretty solid shot. Bitz was the one with the 99D awareness, 99 strength, so kind of curious how he does in the AHL. Defensively, could be better, but it's not terrible. Goalie, 76-73 is also pretty solid. So next year, guys, I'll show you the overalls here. offense, defense, and goaltending. I feel like pretty good. I mean, we're 6-0 so far in the preseason. Probably about to go 7-0 unless I jinx it against the Oilers here. So 100 offense. I think this is the first time we've had 100 offense to start a year. 94 D, 85 goaltending. McDavid, of course, still an Edmonton Oiler, I'm sure. They wrote him a blank check. They said, you know, whatever you want to get paid, you can get paid. And do we go 7-0? We do. We beat the Oilers there 4-1. Brain point, 13 points in 7 games. Not bad at all. And before we start simming here, guys, I wanted to show you the Detroit's lineup. As you can see, it's now fixed. They actually have all 80-plus forwards. Like a pretty good-looking team there. Eklund, Wright, Raymond on that first line. Defensively, Power, Wallander, Riley, Hannafin. Like, that's not too bad. 72 is not the greatest. Goalies, 85, 78 is also pretty solid. So like I said, something super wonky was happening last season. Definitely a fluke, because it's something I've never seen. So Stanley in December here, guys, with a really good record. 29, 8-1. Probably good for first in the NHL. I don't see many teams doing better than that. So 59 points there total. And yeah, we are in first place. The only team even close to us is the Oilers with 54. Moldavera there, our new player we got from Vegas. 44 points, 31 goals. That's on the third line as well. So hopefully you can keep that up. And this is kind of funny, guys. The Anaheim Ducks just fired their head coach. Of course, I mentioned before, that's the team Jack Eichel went to. So it doesn't seem like he can catch a break, that guy. And we're at the trade deadline here, guys, with an insane record. 48, 10-3. Like, just ridiculous how well this team's playing. 99 points. Oh, I'd love to have 100 at the deadline. That'd be so awesome. We fell one shy there. I don't think I've ever done that, so I think that's the closest I've came. Kent Johnson, that leading scorer, 67 points in 61 games. Oilers have 80. And, okay, Islanders 87. They're actually doing pretty well, because if it wasn't for us, they'd definitely be first in the NHL. So, when a team's playing this well, you really don't want to shake it up. I mean, we have so many extra picks and prospects, though. I'll see if I can do something. Like, our bottom D pair, at least, they're both 81. You can improve that. Offense, I think, is good. Wallstedt's also good in net. So like I was saying, guys, at the trade deadline, clearly we're going to be buyers. It's the last year. There's absolutely no reason for us to sell here. We got to go for it. Try and win the cup in our final season. Chase Mills. Wow. Okay, so this guy's a left winger. Franchise, high franchise for that matter. 94 overall. He'd be insane. I don't know if we could even put together a package to get him. Heiskanen would also be insane. The thing is, I want to bring back a defenseman to kind of increase our bottom pair, because they're getting +1, so worst case, probably the chemistry would be 0. Now, Timo Meier, bringing him back would be pretty cool. Although, I don't know, could he maybe give the top 6 +3? Maybe, but I think his overall would be going down a bit. McLeod, Thomas, Forsberg, Hischier, Bellows, Amirov. So, there's no defenseman here aside from Heiskanen, who's cost almost $13 million. This is going to be tough. So I was trying to make a trade with Dallas for Victor Soderstrom, who they had on the trade block, but as I was making that trade, they actually traded him to Florida. So I'm going to see if Florida will flip him to us. I have 50% retained here, offering Zadorov and Liston, mediumly potential goalie. We have, I think, 3 of these guys, so we can definitely afford to give one up to get Soderstrom, who's really good. 29 years old, 85 overall. Good chance he fits on our third D pair. It's where he's going to be playing. Let's see what Florida says to this one. Trades rejected. I kind of figured that would happen. I saw a Dallas trade went down. I was wondering if it was Heiskanen. It was not. We definitely can add to this, though. We have so many pieces. Right, you guys can see the 3 medium elites. Heberlein's actually like pretty good, 2373. Olsen there, only a year older, but quite a bit higher rated. In this draft, we still have a first, a second, a fourth, and a seventh. Plus, we have like some medium elite potential players, some top 6 players. Let's offer up a second on top. Trade is still rejected. That's kind of crazy. All right, guys, I'm going to try the same trade here. We're giving up a first-round pick last year. Might as well. If you're wondering why I'm going so hard after Soderstrom, it's because, as far as I could tell, he's the highest-rated defenseman that we can actually afford. Basically, it's like an even swap here. Zadorov 2.5, Soderstrom 2.4. And the Panthers still reject, not comfortable retaining salary. Oh, my goodness. So, I mean, they'll accept it. We have to make it really worth their while. I feel like having less than 3 picks would be super unrealistic. Maybe we can add one more prospect here. They'll say yes. Let's try adding McDonald here, 2174. So, like, he might be a player, might not. You know, I still want to try and make it realistic. If we were to keep doing this franchise, how much would I really be willing to give up? Benson, medium franchise center, 1986. That guy's insane. So we'll take back McDonough, I guess. Lowest value guy on their side. Come on. Trade still rejected. Are you kidding me? And look at this guy. Soderstrom's actually Florida's #1 defenseman now, so they were hurting on D. Alright, guys, next I'm going to try and get this Kravchenko guy from Boston, making $5 million for the next 3 years. 50% retained, 2.5. Same as Zadorov. Really weird stats. Puck skills are good aside from passing, which is actually the most important. 97 offense awareness, 95 D awareness, 93 speed, but he's got bad excel and agility. Shots, I mean, it's powerful slap shot, decent accuracy wrist shot, but like no power. Physical is pretty good, 84 overall. His value is actually pretty low, like you can see here. Zaharov listed in a second is way more, but 50% retained for 3 years. We have to give up a lot for Boston to say yes. And they reject it. I kind of figured that. So maybe we'll give them like the same offer we gave for Soderstrom. Yeah, so the first didn't do it. We'll throw on that prospect, the medium top 6. Alright, so I just added McDonald. Come on, look how much value there is on our side. And they still reject this trade. This is like, we're running out of time here. I might not be able to make a trade because obviously cap space is a thing. And like these teams, they just not really entertain salary. I'm so mad, honestly. Soderstrom got moved as I was trying to make a trade for him. Like, what a joke. Cons here, 22, 83. Not much of an upgrade. But let's just see if they do this. There we go. Okay, so we got a player. We still have half an hour left. Try and get one more. Calgary has Valimaki here, not on the block, but he's making $7 million for 1 more year, so they'd actually be willing to retain if we give them a crazy offer. So I'm just gonna go for it here because we have 20 minutes, which isn't obviously 20 minutes. $3.5 million. I'm gonna give up Jacobs, who's making 2. It does work. Okay, I'm gonna throw on one of our medium league goalies, so I'll throw on, I guess, Olesen. And then I'm also going to throw on one of our medium elite players because I won't have time to like try and mess around with this. Mahalik there, I guess. Calgary would have more players. Give us back one of your worst guys. This should go through. It's kind of like a last-ditch effort here. Okay, looks like the worst one, Sarno. This is probably too much, but let's go. Trade accepted. Okay, so in the dying minutes, we just boosted our D big time. I didn't think a trade was going to be made. Unfortunately, like I said, Valimaki had like, same with some other defensemen, just didn't have the cap space. So, retooled our bottom D pair. Look at that, 9 minutes, like I was saying. Now, Jacobs had been with us for a while, but pretty much every summer. We had to wait till the fall to sign him, so I don't really mind letting him go there. You can see both of our trades at the end. Really didn't give up that much. Like, I still have a second in this year's draft. Gave up 2 of our 3 medium elite goalies, so we still have like 1 prospect in the AHL, it's medium elite. And we have Wallstead, who's young, so it doesn't really matter. Had to give up one of our 2 medium elite prospects for forwards. We still have one who's got a ton of value. So, again, I think relatively realistic. Now, Carlo there looks to be loading up. They got Mirov. They got Pionk. That's not good for us. Adam Fox goes to Washington. Why would Florida trade him after getting Soderstrom? They also got Robert Thomas. Okay, Hanola went to the Canucks. Same with Foote. I think we saw that one from Dallas. Yeah, Mal there went to the Devils. Soderstrom, of course, that happened as I was trying to trade for him. Ryan Graves, the Islanders. Perfetti to Washington. Was on our team obviously for quite a bit. Let's see anything else. Gurianov to Buffalo. Sammy Blythe there to Buffalo. Jordan Greenway and Chernak to Montreal. So I think we did pretty well there considering we ran out of time. So next year, guys, I want to give you an update look at the roster after the trade deadline. Obviously no changes here for the forwards, and I mean they're playing great. So like I said, why would we mess that up? I mean, look at the center depth. You can't get better than that. And even the wingers, maybe I guess we could upgrade the 4th line wingers, but it's probably not worth it. Defensively, this actually turned out even better than I thought. We have the same top 4, Merkley, McNabb, Seider, Drysdale. Valimaki and Cons get a +3 on the bottom pair. How awesome is that? So they're playing like an 89 and 86. This D-core is so stacked, and of course they're playing in front of an elite goalie in Wallstedt. It's going to be tough for people to score on us. Now, I was looking at it, Cons, like I said, such a strange player. He's even stranger than I thought after like I actually looked at it some more. An offensive defenseman with only 78 for shot. 99 offensive awareness though, 97 D awareness. 90 deking is really good, like deking, but the rest of his hands suck. He's fast, but he's got no balance, really, or endurance. 91 aggressiveness, but he doesn't really have great strength or body check. 94 shot block, but only 77 stick check. Such a strange player. You get a +3 though, so kind of make up for all those weird ones. In terms of the special teams, you still have +3 on both power plays. On the foremans, +1/+1, PK is 0. So I think our PK actually lost a +1, probably from losing Jacobs, but honestly, like the regular D pair got so much better. I think it was worth it. So I am curious now. We had 100 offense before. I forget what our defense was. I want to say it was 94. I'm curious what the defense is now. Let's take a look. Wow. Wow. I know for a fact I've never had a 100-100 team. We now have 100 offense and 99 defense. 85 goaltending doesn't matter when our starter's an 89. Basically, when we play the starter, we have an 89 goalie. So that's crazy. Like, we were 1 overall away from having a 100-100 team. If this team can't win the cup, I don't know what team could. And so nothing this season here, guys, with a record of 63 wins, 15 losses, 4 overtime losses. What a season. We actually had back-to-back regulation losses at the trade deadline, and then after that, we went on a tear. One shootout loss to the Coyotes, a loss against the Flames and the Ducks. Other than that, all W's. So I believe that's 130 points. Like I said, not too bad of a season, which you kind of expect based on our overalls. Ken Johnson, 96 points there in 82 games. So no one on our team at 100 points, but that's because we have so much depth, I think. 130. Who's the closest team? Wow, Islanders 114. They had a pretty good year, but did not even get really close to us. So I'm curious how many point per game players we had. I feel like it's going to be a lot with all the chemistry boosts, how high rated our guys are. All right, so we had 5 guys there with a point per game or more. Johnson first, 96. Brink second, 89. Then Tkachuk, 85. Again, he always surprised me because power forward, you don't really expect that much. Point 83. Malmavera there, the new guy, 82 with 53 goals. Love seeing that. Merkley, 77 as a D-man, plus 49. He won the Norris the one year with like 50 points and a plus 50, so I think he's got a shot again. Tkachuk as well was actually plus 50. That's nuts. 69 penalty minutes too. Nice. Leclerc there, 73. Kaprizov, 72. Savoy, 67. So, I mean, these guys are still performing. Couturier, 45. He actually did drop in rating, I saw, but for fourth line center, we'll be okay. Drysdale, 38. You'd hope for a bit more. He never really got going. Sider's a two-way, so 38's fine. Overall, very happy with how his team performed. Wallstedt here, 56 wins, .907, 2.62. For him, that's not too bad of a season. Allenfeld looked decent there as the backup. Quickly check the AHL team here. Voro, 73 points, over a point per game. Which guy was this? This guy just good hands, pretty good shot. That's right, he's the 99 offensive awareness guy, so that's why he's performing well. That's just ridiculous. Clearly gives him a nice boost, even though his skating stats there are terrible. Wellwood here, we had first line center. He's got a solid shot, decent hands. He also almost a point per game. Janmark, Aho here, I think had a crazy shot. Yeah, 96-95 with, what was that, 99 hand-eye, 49, so not too bad. I'm trying to remember if there was like another weird guy. I think the other one was like the defensive one. Yeah, Bits here, 990 awareness, and he was a +0, so I don't think it really helped him out too much. AHL goalies, doesn't look like anything crazy happening there. So next year, you guys will see who led the entire league in scoring. Like I said, I think Merkley, good chance he'll at least lead defenseman. Cole Caulfield, 111. Wow. McDavid, even at 33, still dominating. Michkov. Bedard, I remember someone was asking who Bedard was on. He's on Minnesota, as you can see there. Mills, along with him, 103. Matthews, 101. Santko Kaniemi. Kako, 100. McGuire, 100. This is the guy we traded with Gunther for Johnson Beniers, I believe. 89 overall. Yeah, 4th round pick by us. 2021, everyone said we fleeced him, but this guy just put up 100 points. I mean, I'm sure he was playing with McDavid, and that's probably why, but, you know, still a 100-point player. Goals here, it looks to be, yeah, Michkov, 67. Not going to be touching that. So we'll check defenseman here. Come on, Ryan Merkley, let's go. 77 points with the plus 49. No way he doesn't get the Norris, because Heiskin's 2 back with a -2. Shabbat there, 4 back. Yeah, it's got to go to Merkley. Rookie skaters, I don't think we had one. Volchenkov there. He was that crazy guy in Winnipeg I wanted to get. 71 points. Would have been nice, but what are you going to do? So, we'll get started now, guys, with the playoff sim. Actually, before I do that, I did want to show you the standings. Also, while I'm here, AHL team. Let's see. They're first in their division with 96 points. Now, they're in the division with less games played, so they could actually win the President's Trophy. It'll come down to points per game, but like I was saying, I want to check the standing, just see where we were in goals for, goals against. Who finished last in the NHL? Only team I saw a fire coach was the Ducks, so I'm thinking it's going to be them. Goals for, we had 355. So yeah, we're first by quite a bit. Wow. Montreal's third in goals for outside the playoffs. That's very interesting. Goals against, we were the best team. Buffalo pretty close to us, 239. You can see the Ducks there. They were in last. 55 points. They didn't put up a Detroit season or anything like that. 5 teams there, the 100 plus. Let's see if anyone got screwed here. Tampa, Montreal. I guess Montreal technically didn't get screwed, but Tampa does get screwed. 16th best team. Don't make the playoffs. And yeah, we know the Ducks got last, 55. Washington, 65. Penguins, 71. So once Crosby and Ovi retire, those 2 franchises head into some dark years, which, I mean, makes sense, I would say. Definitely be tough to rebuild after those 2, who literally are franchise, not even franchise, I'd say generational players. So next up, Vegas Golden Knights first round. Here we go. Last season of the franchise. I don't even want to say it, but you know what I'm thinking. There better not be any funny business happening. Larkin is their first line center. Okay, they got Umberger there playing with him. McCabe. I think those are 2 made-up guys. They look pretty good, though. He's got 79 on the second line with Gunther. Again, didn't grow. I don't know why he doesn't. Brunstrom looks pretty sick. Cody Glass still in the team. Verana there. So they got a couple Red Wings actually. Offensively, Fabro 90 overall. Okay, not too bad. Goaltending wise, Andres 84. They got Bennington there at 77. I mean, they got some players on this team, but our team is so much better constructed, top to bottom. I mean, unless they're getting +5s on every line, we definitely are the better team in every single category. So let's see what happens here, guys. First round. And we lose the first game, as is tradition. Or, not tradition, but I was expecting that. 5-2 loss at home for the first game. Answer back, though, with a nice 5-4 win. Game 3, 8-6 win. Okay, a little high scoring for my liking. 3-1 win. I mean, at least I can't complain for getting a W, whether it's high scoring or not. And there we go, 5-3 win. So a little bit of a scare there in the first game, but able to rally back and win 4 straight. So second round's going to be coming up here. Again, AHL team will be in the playoffs no matter what. And we got the Calgary Flames in the second round. So I'm trying to think what that Flames roster looks like. Wow, Merkley, 10 points in 5 games. Kind of reminding me of John Carlson in my John team video. If you guys missed that one, check it out. But Carlson literally went off like God mode in the playoffs. Okay, so Semyonov, Thornton, and Vesalainen. A couple made-up guys there with Vesalainen. That's right there, Denisenko. I should know that. Nugent Hopkins, interesting, going to the rival. Sonny Milano. Defensively, that's rough. That is so rough. Jacobs, of course, we traded them for Valimaki. So Valimaki would have been their number 1. We have him. He's a third-pairing guy for us. Von Fersen there, kind of a cool name, is their starter. I mean, I've honestly traded for a team's best player before the deadline. I forget, I think it might have been Pittsburgh I did at one time. I forget who I got. It was Crosby or it was like a made-up dude, and then they beat us in the playoffs. Hopefully it doesn't happen here. At home, we have home ice advantage the whole way. 8-3 win, 5-4 loss. I mean, it's closer than I'd like it to be already. 10-5 win. Oh, I don't think I've ever put up 10 goals in a playoff game. And then a 5-4 OT win. So the Flames tried to kind of, you know, get their honor back after letting in 10. And they get it there. So they lost in OT, then they won in OT. We got to win one of these next 2 games to advance the conference final. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So 1-0 lead, 1-1, 3-1 lead, OT loss, and then a 4-0 shutout loss. Season on the line here. Some period by period. I see Chicago just swept the Jets. 2-0 lead, let's go. Kachuk, former Flame as well. Strombolopoulos. 3-1, Merkley, McNeely. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. There's no way. Doubling shots, 40-20. Oh my god.
You suck.
What?
Are you serious?
Wow.
That sucks.
Are you kidding me? We're so much better. We take their number 1 defenseman from them. And then Cleveland, Golden State, we blow a 3-1 lead. 2 of the games were OT losses, but it's unexcusable. It's unacceptable. It's... I'm so mad right now.
No! God, please, no! No!
Look at this, guys. I just checked on the AHL team. They lost in the first round of the Condors. Went 5 games. Every single loss was an OT loss. I mean, each win was a 2-1 win, so every game was decided by 1 goal. Close series, but the fact we don't even have an AHL team making the run, that just makes it hurt even more. So the playoffs are now over, guys, and the Chicago Blackhawks, they're Stanley Cup champions. Ryan Merkley was our playoff scoring leader, 17 points in 12 games. I'll take a look at this team, see how they did in the playoffs, see what went wrong. I mean, are you kidding me? We had 6 players there who were point per game or better. Like, that's pretty unbelievable. Merkley was killing it. I mean, point was just under. Same with Couturier, Savoy. Wallstedt stats better not be. Oh my goodness. Wallstedt. 0.867 and a 3.85. I've seen goalies get under 2. I've seen goalies have like a 1.5 in the playoffs. He almost had a 4 goal against average. That's just so unacceptable. And he went up in rating. The dude won the William Dunn Jennings like 3 years in a row, went down. Now he goes up. Johnson's also up in rating to a 92. Can't believe that. So Chicago beat the Preds in 6. I mentioned they swept the Jets. Then they beat the Flames in 5. I feel like we probably beat the Blackhawks, and they somehow beat the Flames in 5. And then they actually went against the Columbus Blue Jackets, defending Stanley Cup champs, and it went 7. So that's a pretty cool series. Blue Jackets went 7 with the Flyers, swept the Islanders, and then 7 with the Ottawa Senators. So a lot of good 7-game series there. Taking a look at the awards. Not even on the list now for the last 5 Stanley Cup champs. President's Trophy, 4 straight, no cups to show for it. I feel like the Tampa Bay Lightning before they finally won it last year. Francis Campbell, you can see we still have a couple there. Individual awards, Caulfield, Art Ross, and the Hart. Merkley, James Norris, I figured he had to win it, so that's cool. Kako, Lady Bing, Volchenkov, Calder, Matthews, Conn Smythe. Wallstedt got the Vezina Trophy. So he got the Vezina Trophy for the 3rd time in the last 4 years. And then he pulled a Marc-Andre Fleury. I think honestly worse than Marc-Andre Fleury. He choked so hard in those playoffs. I can't believe how bad his stats were. He also won the William Jennings Trophy for the 4th straight year. So everything here, if you just like looked at his accolades, you'd think he's a great goalie, he's amazing. But that's not the first time he's choked in the playoffs for us. I don't know what the dude's issue is. Maybe I'll have to check his poise stat. I'm guessing it's like really low. Lambert Selke, interesting. I didn't know his defensive stats were that good. That's pretty cool. I was hoping Couturier might win it. You know, 3rd straight year. He won it back-to-back years, but of course, joins our team, does not. Caulfield, Ted Lindsay, and Michkov there. Maurice Richard. AHL awards here. So Springfield Thunderbirds won the Calder Cup. Did we win the regular season? We won the West. We also won the Pacific Division for the 3rd straight year. 4th time in 5 years. But we did not win the regular season. That's okay. Individual awards, low there, most points. So Lowe's high on the scoring sheet. Lapierre MVP, Sundstrom, Alblin, Leonov, and most of these guys made up. Do we have a single player? No players. Lots of Springfield Thunderbirds there, so that's why they won the Calder Cup. Like I was saying, let me check Wallstedt's stats. I just want to see his poise, basically. How can the dude be so good in the regular season? Or maybe he's just getting all those awards because he's got a great team playing in front of him. 85 poise. Like, that's not even that bad at all. 85 poise is pretty good. Like, the rest of his stats are all quite high. Maybe the boys in front of him didn't help him out, but that's not really what it looked like, you know? 6 guys averaging over a point per game. They were definitely doing their part scoring goals. Honestly, that's just so tough to see. So, I'm going to check the coaching staff now, kind of show you guys how we did over the course of this 10-year franchise career. We had this Herd coach the entire time, so his accolades are our accolades. Look at that, A+ everything but coach influence A. It was getting pretty close there to an A+. Let's see. So awards, 2 Stanley Cups, which isn't too bad, but it's definitely 7 Stanley Cups, which is what we won with the Leafs. 6 President's Trophies is also, you know, pretty nice. Win percentage there, 68.4, almost rounds up to a 69, but not quite. Team fit 70% at the end. So, yeah, I mean, decent hardware there. 8 trophies. If you average a trophy a year, whether it's a Stanley Cup or President's Trophy, it's not too bad. I know you can win 2 in the same year, but like I said, it's averaging a trophy a year would be nice. We're a couple shy of that. I mean, a couple Clarence's Campbells. If you had the Clarence's Campbells, I think we got 4. We're averaging over a trophy a year, but still, that's just... I'm like, honestly, so disappointed. I can't believe it. So, let's check the record book one last time. San Jose Sharks here. Any current players setting records does not look like it. Kirill Kaprizov actually has most of the records for players on this team. I saw someone saying I should have given him the C over Merkley, but, I mean, Merkley just won the Norris Trophy. Only homegrown talent left on the team. I think it's an okay decision. And obviously, it's going to be very tough to beat any of the Sharks records when you got Patty Marleau, record for most games played of all time, and Joe Thornton there, 2 legends to kind of compete against. Now, before we check the rest of the Sharks records, I do see Wallstedt 21 shutouts. If we kept going, he'd probably eventually catch us Nabokov if we play like 20 season sims. Bobby Brink as well, 320 goals, pretty good. So season, do we have anybody? Bobby Brink, 69 goals, nice, I love it. Wallstedt also most wins there, 48. And I think that is it for records that we set, but pretty cool to see. Is there anyone close? Bobby Brink, 7 shy of Joe Thornton's 114 points. Penalty minutes, Gates there, 326. You are just never touching. And Wallstedt there, 2 shutouts side of Nabokov's 9 shutout season record. So yeah, pretty cool. Rookies here. Kent Johnson still has the most assists, 43. Boldy, most goals, 45. And points was also Johnson there with 75. And then games, we unfortunately did not set a game record. It would be really cool if we saw, like, you know, Wallstedt had a 60 save game, or, you know, Johnson had a 6 assist game, 8-point game. I'm surprised all the high scoring games, honestly, we never had that, but figured I would check those for you guys. So that is it, guys, for the San Jose Sharks franchise mode series. I had a lot of fun in this one. I feel like we definitely had a bit of a curse there in the second half of the series in terms of the playoffs, because we were on a roll at the beginning. We had, what, 2 cups in the first 4 or 5 years. And then after that, just, you know, couldn't make it happen in the playoffs. So, still, I had a lot of fun. I feel like we built some really good rosters. I mean, the President's Trophies we had just kind of shows that. We were so dominant in the regular season, which is longer than the playoffs. So I feel like that's more showing of how good of a team you built for the playoffs. Is a lot more luck-based. Carolina's going to win their last ever draft lottery there, jumping up from 8 to 1. And the 2 and the 3 pick were both traded, which is very interesting. So, I'm waiting for the franchise over screen to kind of end this. Tired players, I guess we can see if any of our guys are tired in the final year. They're just done with the unlucky playoffs. Nuge there, Landeskog, Raquel, Shen, Marchessault, Schwartz, Pearson. Doesn't really look like anyone too crazy. Goaltending wise, Grubauer, Francouz, Picard. So we actually have a couple Avalanche goalies there. And you know what, guys? I must have said it to 25 years. I'm not getting that franchise is over pop-up. So hopefully, like I said, you guys enjoyed this final episode. Obviously, we'd like to go out with the Stanley Cup, but still think it was a fun season. Look at that. You can tell we were planning on ending this year because we do have 69 million in cap space. Nice, but look at that. All these superstars to re-sign. Yeah, that would have been tough. Wow. Basically losing the team. Wallstead as well. I mean, $69 million is a lot of money, but I honestly don't think it'd be enough to sign this team. So, like I said, guys, one last time, thank you so much for support on this series. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to have a poll on YouTube as well as social media asking you guys which team I should be for the next franchise series. So definitely leave your votes somewhere. I'm going to add them all up and get that series started in the not too distant future. So, if you guys enjoyed this last one, leave a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the sub button. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.